Hey, everybody, welcome to Geek Table Talk, the first Geek Table Talk of 2021. I'm your host, Anthony Sterling, your friendly neighborhood super Negro, and joining me as always is my good buddies, Mr. David Welty. Yes, the power. And the man, the myth, the legend, the Xbox enthusiast, Mr. Christopher McNabb is with us, as always.
Who
Hello,
dat?
good sir. Who that? That's right. Saints are in the playoffs. They won the wild card. They will be facing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers with
Some
that.
geriatric.
Yeah, that. Phew, the geriatric games,
The
as it's now
battle of
being
the
known.
old men.
And it's going to be Breeze versus Brady. So B and B. And that doesn't mean bed and breakfast, kids. It's going to be an all-out war, two rivalries, known bitter rivalries.
Could be bed and breakfast after. The old
Could.
guys
It
gotta
could.
hit the Waffle House after.
Yeah,
man.
man.
I
You
don't know.
never know. But
Yeah.
hoping for a great game because my Eagles ain't going nowhere. They're home. They're chilling. And
Fly, Eagles,
fight the Bucs.
fly.
right into the buckshot. That's exactly what they did. So did you see the Freight Caliendo promo for the game?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
I had.
Oh, you had?
I didn't.
Okay. He did his Morgan Freeman,
Oh, jeez.
impersonation, and it was so spot on. I really just wanted to say, hey, Fox, this is how your football promos should be from here on out. Because whoever did the actual graphic for it, they aged Brady
Oh,
Mhm.
jeez.
and Breeze. So Breeze has the hairline that starts here. They have a few little age spots here and there, and it was marvelous. So shout out to Frank Caliendo for that
Let me
one.
just put on my reading spectacles there. Yeah,
So I can
sure.
shoot, so I could
Yeah.
throw the long bomb.
Roll
So
the bomb.
yeah, so that's going to be happening by the time you probably watch it. Hopefully, the Saints prevail and move on. Um, my fingers are crossed for them. I'm going to be the hometown fan and say, let's go, Saints. Never was a Bucks fan, so there's that.
Who was?
No, I don't know. I know. Warren Sapp, but then even Warren Sapp, I think his family weren't even Bucks fans. I think they were just like, yeah, we'll like the team because you play for them,
Yeah,
baby.
you're there, but as soon as you're gone.
Yeah, no one cares. So, as usual, ladies and gentlemen, this is Geek Table Talk. This is episode 5. As always, like for you to like, share, and comment. Always subscribe. Hit that big red button. It'll only take a second. Leave us a blue thumb. Blue thumbs are cool. And hit that bell to turn your notifications on so you'll be notified when we drop another episode. So, as I said before, this is episode 5. Episode 4, we ended 2020. Whew. We made it. We got through it. Sadly, lost a lot of people. One in particular, as you can see over here, the great Daniel Dumoulin. If you don't know his government name, you definitely know him as MF Doom. I want to dedicate the show to him. Peace and blessings to his family, and hopefully he's with the ancestors, rocking out with his brother and his son, as well as Jay Dilla and other hip hop legends who have gone before them. So I'm dedicating the show to Doom. So I
The
may
super
say
villain, man. The
super villain for
villain.
life, and if you don't know MF Doom, you probably know King Ghidorah. You might know Zev Love X, which is the first moniker that he had in the group KMD back in 1990. 89 is when he made his big premiere on Third Base is the Gas Face video, which is still today one of my favorite songs of all time. I always did say everybody who voted for a certain dude that's in office that's about to get kicked out shall get an infinite gas face. Because yes, the idiots stormed the castle. But we're talking about geek shit. So once
Like,
again,
it's another castle.
Yeah. Oh, dude, that would have been so awesome if Toad was there when they opened it and they said the electoral votes are in another capital. That would have made my day. Just
This
like the videos.
company.
Mm, just like the video of the wall climber, and they were playing Super Mario Brothers, and then boom, 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 boom. They even did one with Donkey Kong throwing the barrels.
I saw the Lion King one with Scar on top. The guy.
Yeah, look, and we're laughing. It is a serious situation, but right now, sometimes you gotta laugh to keep from crying or being pissed. Hopefully, things will get peaceful, but nowadays, I doubt it. So just be prepared for whatever, and you never know. But until then, let's enjoy this. Let's enjoy the show. Let's get geeky. Let's have some fun. Let's talk about all things geek culture because this is
Relieve the
what we do.
stress.
Yes.
Hearth on home.
Okay.
Get that man.
Exactly. Also, you can find me on the social medias on Twitter and Instagram at Madness3030. Yes, I'm a Deltron 3030 fan, but I didn't want to be at Deltron 3030 because I don't rap nor do I produce any fat beats. So you can find me at Madness3030. That's the at sign MADNESS 3030. Find me there, and you can send comments and questions if you have any, because I would, if I get questions, I would read them on the show. I would have no shame. You could find me at heyoant77 at gmail.com. That's, I'll do it again. I'll look because I want to make sure my eyes are looking at you while I say it. heyoant77 at gmail.com. And I'll have a graphic. I'll make it sparkle so you know, hey, I want to send a question.
Shine.
Yeah, and have a little a chorus line, kicking their legs as it scrolls past the screen. No, I do not feel like doing that. So, fellas, how's everything? How's everybody's weekday 2021 off to? We're in the first month, first few weeks. I think this is what, the beginning of week 3 of
It's all blending together.
Yeah. I mean, vaccines out there. We haven't gotten it yet, but
not all of us, man.
Not all of us.
There's a few I know that have, but they work in the medical field, so
Right.
that's kind of a given.
Sometimes I just want to run to the hospital and go, look, I take out the trash. I need a sticky.
Hook me up.
I need a shot, baby.
Look, your boy will work the kitchen.
Yeah,
I'll take the
hey,
trash.
I have no shame in that. But I'm hoping everybody is out there safe. I mean, we do live in the South, and yes, I'm being stereotypical, and oof.
I mean,
wow, those are numbers.
Next subject.
Man, when they used to clown our geeky asses for being in the house or sticking to comic books and not playing sports or having any kind of social interaction, how you feel about it now, baby? The geeks have inherited the earth.
We were groomed for this.
We were groomed. We were completely groomed for this. Yeah, we were born like this. Haha, MF Doom reference. So yeah, anything? I know we're going to talk about a lot of news, but anything interesting that we don't have as news? Game related, movie related. Anything you saw?
I saw release dates for certain things.
Ooh, do tell.
Halo.
Oh.
Second half 2021.
Okay, so that's September.
Yeah.
So that's probably going to be September, or Halo has been pretty much locked into November, right?
It's
been a lot of times it was in that November run. So okay, cool.
Cyberpunk. Anybody waiting for that next gen patch? Not gonna be till second half as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, CD Projekt Red better get they shit together because they got some class action suits. Like they dropping it on them like they playing spades with these lawsuits. They're just like, bam, here, Trump card, bam, here. So,
in good news with next gen upgrades, though, one of the pretty darn good game in my opinion. You know, Star Wars there just got that the next gen upgrade. Old
Yeah.
Cal Kestis, you know, looking better, moving faster.
Wait,
Yeah.
which one? Squadrons?
Fallen Jedi.
Oh, it's got a next
All in
gen
order.
upgrade?
Yep.
Yeah, it got an upgrade.
Oh,
It got an upgrade, which means I'm gonna have to go in my PS4, get my installer, get
I'll just go
transfer.
click on the game.
Yeah, like carry it over to my PS5, you know, using Wi-Fi because I don't have enough Ethernet cables and plugs. So I'm gonna have to do that to
That's
get
all
in
right.
it.
That's all right though. You know,
Yeah.
get it going. Get the next gen upgrade on it.
Well, I'm hoping, and I don't know if they did, but it would be nice for Sucker Punch to and they probably have, I hadn't noticed, do it with Ghost of Tsushima.
If I'm not mistaken, there's I don't know if it's occurred now
Mhm.
or if it's supposed to, but yeah, it's supposed to have a few
Okay.
next gen tweaks.
Yeah, because I haven't played it in a while, so I jumped back into it. I'm sorry. No, I'm not really sorry. I walked away from Avengers. It was time until Black Panther and Hawkeye and Spider-Man, since I have the PS version, show up. It's not.
Give it a little rest, you know.
Oh yeah, give it a rest. I'm not gonna piss on the developers like everybody has done. I'm like, look, I can walk away and say, all right, I'll see you later. You know, hopefully there'll be some good changes, and the next gen update needs to come. So that hasn't happened yet. And
You know, in personal good news too, I finally
Mhm.
joined as far as consoles. You know,
Yes.
the next gen
you got the
PS5.
you got the
PS5?
fat control. Yeah.
Oh
Where'd
yeah,
you find it?
that
For all the
magician
people who
never
wanna know.
reveals his secrets. No, I luckily had a friend who managed to somehow
Get one.
order two,
Find
Oh,
one.
and he got and the one that was coming in earlier before he canceled his further out order was like, "Hey, you want one of these? Because I know you've been looking." I was like, "Bring it on," you know.
nice.
So
Nice.
I've been demoning into them souls.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm still on the hunt for the Series X. So if anybody's watching and y'all know where I could find one, hopefully legal, but I'm okay with illegal shit. Let me know. I still would like to get on that all access payment plan thing. I personally think it's a great deal, so I think I'm gonna jump on that. And probably I don't even know what the first game I'm gonna jump on, you know, when I get it. I mean, you know what? I actually think I'm gonna get back into Red Dead Redemption 2. You know.
I guess
I
Game Pass
respect it.
alone is
Yeah, and even with Game Pass, you know, I could probably play the ultimate buggy edition of Skyrim and not be mad. You know, I want my dragons to
I mean,
you know, fly upside down in the ground.
you don't want to play the TI-83 version? I mean, come on.
Well, I
I
mean,
mean, it's been released on
okay,
everything now.
that
I mean,
is
come on.
true. You know, because I saw they have a Skyrim Tamagotchi.
Yeah, so
So
I mean, come on.
what else? Man, if Bethesda does stump one thing right, it's cash grabs.
Oh yeah.
Nope, that
They
game.
do. You know, look,
11 11 11 has lasted for 10
yeah.
years now.
I mean, GTA 4, I mean GTA 5, excuse me. That's still going. Rockstar just dropped new content for GTA Online. So, and then there's rumors that GTA 6 is finally gonna have a female protagonist. Um, which
Cool.
great,
now
about time.
when it
Let's get it.
drops, so that's the real.
Yeah. I'm gonna say PlayStation 6, Xbox
I
Series.
say I'm down
Um,
for whatever way they want to go. Cool, but
yeah, we'll see.
who knows when it's gonna drop?
And I mean, maybe they might shock everybody and just say straight up, there's a female protagonist, there's a male protagonist. Choose your weapons. You know, maybe cyberpunk it, um, create your own character and have at it, you know, because everybody identifies differently. So go for it. You know, do what you want to
Eh,
do, you know,
we'll
and
see. Because like I said, it's been it's been quite a while since they've released any single player content.
Exactly.
For it, you know?
They haven't released any single player update or no for
Yeah,
5.
actually, you're right. Yeah, you're right about
They've
that.
never done it. I mean,
It's just been online focused ever since.
Right, because with 4 we got the Lost and Damned, and then the Ballad of Gay Tony, which was amazing. You know, I enjoyed the Lost and Damned, but Gay Tony was like that could have been a game all unto itself.
Yeah,
you know, because that game was, you know,
jeez,
was up there. It was so good.
It really has been that long since they've really done any kind of the straight GTA single shenanigans.
Right. Because I mean, has Red Dead Redemption 2 had any single player add-ons or DLC? Nope. And they finally, I think, just got out of beta with Red Dead Redemption for online. So get ready for the fun in that. And I'll be okay with it if they would just come out and say, look, GTA 5 and Red Dead Redemption 2 were as single player, player games, perfect as is. There was no need for add-ons. If they said this is it, this is what it is, that's definitive, I'm okay with that. But there was always rumors even coming from Rockstar that they were working on a single player add-on to GTA 5.
That is true.
So Hauser Brothers,
if they took those ideas, threw into their online and said, you know what, let's just keep milking this, throw out some new ideas for 6. This will be our funder for 6.
Yeah. Let's just run them with it.
Elder Scrolls 6, GTA 6.
Yeah.
See, it's almost that time, man.
One more 6 and the devil's coming.
Here's some more news. People waiting for Elder Scrolls 6 kind of got scared this week.
Why is that?
Bethesda said they're working on Indiana Jones.
Oh, that's a part of our big news. That's a part of our big news. So you know what? Since you started it off, we're gonna flip it over and let's
time.
Yeah, transition. Graphic. Not happening. Let's start with EA. This is a kick to the nuts to EA, but it's a kick that was well deserved because they truly dropped the ball. So earlier last week or this month, let's just say, and even I think the rumor mill started churning last month, that Electronic Arts was going to lose the exclusivity of Star Wars, and LucasArts Games was free to take all their properties and send them to multiple developers if they wanted to. So with that being said, EA loses its 10-year ball grab of all things Star Wars, and now that's going to Ubisoft, if I read that right, correct?
Ubisoft open world Star Wars.
Open world Star Wars.
Can anybody make Star Wars now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anybody can make Star Wars. It's just like how Marvel has Marvel games and they can license out. Don't believe that any stories with Spider-Man, ladies and gentlemen. Marvel owns Spider-Man video game wise. Sony has the Insomniac one, but if Marvel wants to take Spider-Man and send them elsewhere, they can do that. And LucasArts is doing the same thing with their IPs. So Star Wars goes to Ubisoft, which they're working on an open world Star Wars game, which I think is maybe pretty damn cool.
Yeah.
Pretty damn cool.
Which not to, but before,
multiple worlds.
I mean,
haven't really had much info apart from, hey guys, guess what?
Yeah, we're doing this.
It's going to be cool, probably, maybe.
Yeah. And the cool thing was, I think it was so petty how Bethesda just jumped into the fray. This was like Street Fighter. Bethesda threw a coin in the arcade and here comes a new challenger. And they're like, hey guys, we're here at Bethesda. We're doing something. And then here comes a quick little teaser video and bam, there's the whip. We're doing Indiana Jones.
Derp.
Yep.
More Lucasfilm.
More, yeah. So my question is, with that being said, is Harrison Ford's likeness going to be on Indy, or are they going to do a great value Sam's Club version of Indiana Jones facially? Because we got that with the Avengers and people got mad. They don't look nothing like different. No, they don't look like the movie Avengers.
Correct.
And you have to pay Robert Downey Jr. your firstborn soul for him to be in a video game. So are they going to do that, or
I'm
are they just
thinking,
gonna
I'm
Sam's
thinking
Club
we
it?
get, Sam's Club,
Yeah,
Costco, one of those kind
yeah.
of
The
level
Kirkland
ones.
look.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just as good as a name brand, but it's not
Yeah,
the name brand.
yeah.
That's the good thing about
And
masks and costumes. Darth
Yeah,
Vader.
exactly.
yeah, see?
Oh, and rest in peace to Dave Prowse too, man. He passed away last year. He was the um body actor of Darth Vader. He would have been the voice of Darth Vader until they had him speak. And while the mask was by him, but I think it was his accent was too light. So, they went get the brother Supreme, James Earl
I was
Jones,
about to
to give it
say,
the
it's like,
soul.
well, let's be real. They at least made the right decision with
Yeah, that if it's one thing Lucas did right, was that. Yeah, let me put this brother, because this is CNN, or oh, this is CNN. No, it's not gonna work. So
Hi, Luke. I'm
hey,
your father,
Luke,
huh?
Bob's your uncle. I'm your uncle. It's like, no, dude, not gonna work. And no disrespect to our friends in the UK. I love you guys. I hope y'all safe as well. So EA drops the ball. And when I say drop the ball, they dropped it. While Fallen Order was a great
Great
Star Wars
game.
game. What was it? Was it Battlefield? Not Battlefield.
Battlefront 2.
Both of your
Battlefront 2.
Battlefronts were just
Yeah, they were mediocre at best.
Great.
Yeah. Where was
yeah.
1313?
Yeah, that
Where
disappeared.
was Yeah, because they scrapped it. I mean,
hmm
when they showed it off at that E3, which was what, 2013, 2014?
Somewhere in that range, yeah.
Because it was supposed to be for next gen systems, and people were
hmm
freaking out, and it looked amazing. And they were just like, nah, we're done. We don't want to do it. We're good. And you toss that away. Then you were supposed to grab BioWare by the throat and just force choke them. You're working on
Develop
Knights of the
this
Old
now.
Republic, not the Old Republic. You're gonna do another sequel to Knights of the Old Republic. But that didn't happen because we all know what happened with BioWare, and we got Andromeda.
Yeah.
Ugh. So so that is that. And what do you think, with them having multiple developers now being able to grab IPs, and hopefully good developers and developers who actually care about these IPs? What you think is going to come down the pipeline? Because I personally think, with the popularity of The Mandalorian, I think we're actually going to see 1313 resurge, kind of come back.
At least something in that similar vein,
Yeah.
like,
The
yeah, you're
Scoundrel or
right.
Bounty Hunter.
Because
That was the Uncharted producer, right?
Yeah, she no. She was
No.
supposed to
She's working on something too that got canceled.
she was working on a single player game, and then EA came in and just pissed on all of that and said, no, 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 because we want microtransactions. You go work over here. And the only thing that they actually did right was I think it was Respawn that did Fallen Order.
yes, it was
They let
Respawn that did
them
that.
go and say, all right, here, because we know Titanfall, you're not working on Titanfall 3. Go ahead and work on this,
And
and we'll leave you be.
they did a really good job. Like, I love Titanfall too. I mean, they
Yeah.
did a really good
Yeah.
job with all that, like story wise, everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, Fallen Order I think they did great on it. I mean,
Yeah. But the thing is,
But-
EA, major corporation, they tend to look strictly at the cash flow and not at the creativity. And video games is a lot about creative, fun games that, yeah, I know you want to make money and it is expensive to develop games, a lot, but you have to be diverse, you know.
It's true.
And no diss to the Tyler Perry fans out there, but EA is kind of like Tyler Perry. Them and Activision, like Activision and EA are like the Tyler Perrys of video game production companies. Like, I'm just throwing it out there because you make the same shit over and over and over, but it's almost like they have no choice because you have the fan base that are crazy enough to constantly keep throwing dollars their way. Madden has not truly improved in ages, but yet,
Yeah.
AT, you got that, huh? And they make
billions.
They make billions on it, which is great. You look at now Call of Duty, you can only play with so many wars.
Correct.
You have World War II, Vietnam, Cold War, maybe they'll make another future war, because I really thought the change from World War II into modern warfare was one of the greatest changes that franchise could have. That was a very smart move by Infinity Ward.
Yeah.
But I just look at those two companies and I'm like, y'all make the same stuff over and over and over. And it's not, like I said, I'm not dissing, but it's just like a Tyler Perry or I don't know what others, because I'm looking at, you have all this shit. You have a massive studio and you only catering to one situation. Like, just like your tunnel vision. Ubisoft is getting there. And in some cases they are there. Because I mean, their baby is going to be Assassin's Creed. But the fact they're backing off,
I'd say, at least with that, they chilled out. They said, whoa, these constant yearly releases, this isn't working anymore.
Right.
And it worked out for them, because stepping back with Odyssey, with Valhalla, all that.
Yeah.
I mean, they made way better games,
And it's complete. Like, it's polished. The story is fun. I haven't played Valhalla yet, but I will. And I still have Odyssey on my Xbox One X. So I need to really get into it.
The new masters of the open world, pretty much.
Yeah. So
Watch Dogs, Assassin's Creed. What's that new one with the that looks like the Breath of the Wild?
Oh man, not Phoenix Rising.
Yeah.
Is it Phoenix Rising? Okay.
I was gonna say Immortals, yeah.
What is it? Phoenix Rising or
Immortals, Phoenix Rising.
Okay.
I was blanking for a minute, man.
And here I am.
I was about to pull up the cheat sheet.
I'm still waiting for Beyond Good and Evil.
Yeah.
Where's the pig, bro? Like I can, I have been waiting for that sequel for a long time, but I mean, it kind of is what it is now. Companies are businesses have to make money, and so be it. I mean, as long as people are churning out the dough to buy it, they'll continue to make it. And I think what I do give some props to, like the NBA 2K, like with NBA 2K, they get slammed by a lot of their fan base, but mostly it's fan base from NBA Live. But what I love is that they listen and they act like they don't listen, and they make changes. But the only thing they won't change is the micro damn transactions.
Oh yeah,
they make bank on that. They make bank on it. So
it's like, I get it. Might not like it, respect it, whatever, but I get it. You know? I mean, you got to do what you got to do, because I mean, the cash flow is there.
Yeah. I mean, and people are going to buy it. So
correct.
I'm not gonna, I'm but a lowly voice, in an arena full of, I won my Black Ops. And it's like, okay, yay, bitch. Congratulations.
More zombies.
Yeah. And I mean, you gotta love that they do get creative on how they repackage it, but at the same time, you kind of like, oh boy, I guess we're doing D-Day again, huh, kids?
Okie dokie.
Woo-hoo, maybe the next one you play a blade of grass. I've never done that before. Watch them
Bruh.
storm Omaha Beach as a grain of sand.
Bro.
Okay, I'm down. It might be the Katamari Damacy of Call of Duty.
Collecting more sand,
Sand and
everything else.
right, and you become a sandstorm that
Yeah.
blinds the third axis.
Bruh.
Like, oh no, I'm awesome. So I'm it's kind of sad. It's not sad that EA lost it. It's sad that EA didn't capitalize on it properly.
It's sad they squandered it.
That's there you go. Thank you. They fell asleep. They were asleep at the wheel. They had autopilot on or auto drive. They were in a Tesla and they had auto drive and they still hit the damn wall.
And it's even more sad because technically the two best games to come out of that deal were right at the end, right when they
Yep.
Squadrons is cool. It's fun,
Right.
I mean, I don't wanna lie. And then Fallen Order was great. Fantastic.
And now you got to ask yourself, what do you do with Fallen Order now?
Exactly.
And then they still say, you know what? Let's give a glass hurrah. We're gonna do a big DLC drop, and you can play as a certain character this time.
But at least with the way it sounds like this is set up now, that the Lucasfilm games can work with whomever they choose. If they so choose to go back and do a sequel, something like that, they can tap them and respawn again and be like, hey, bros,
we love what you did.
Let's work some magic again.
Hey, for KOTOR, though, the first one was BioWare, the second one was Obsidian.
Yep. That's true.
So who's going to make the third one?
If they do a third, I have no idea.
I think BioWare's working on the Dragon Age game, right?
Yeah, they're working on Dragon Age, and then you have
Effect.
the next generation of Mass Effect and the trilogy Ultimate blah edition that I can't remember. Yeah, Legacy, is that it?
Oh, Mass Effect Legacy?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you get all three?
Correct.
You know what? That's probably a crash grab. I might throw some change at.
Yeah.
Might. I ain't saying I will, but I might.
But no one will blame you if you do.
Right. But there is a game, and yes, I'm gonna sway off a little bit. I really wish would make a comeback though. Jade Empire.
Yeah.
Jade Empire is cool.
That game, that and Sleeping Dogs needs love and attention and a comeback. And I mean a grandstand kind of
Sleeping Dogs was cool, man.
Oh man, dude.
Jade Empire was amazing.
Jade Empire was the shit. That was the game I went, oh, now I see why BioWare is the shit. Okay, yes, we already know, KOTOR was just spectacular.
Oh yeah.
But Jade Empire kind of drove it home like, yeah, guys, we're the shit. And then you come with Mass Effect and they're like, yeah, guys.
Yeah.
We're telling you.
Yeah, those original Xbox
You don't know about us yet?
Oh yeah. Those original Xbox games were perfection, But hopefully now with the new systems being so super fast, sadly, the elevators are gone. The elevators will be no more. All right. So EA, count your losses, take this L. Hopefully this will wake you up to when you want to buy somebody else's IP and you actually give it the love and care it deserves. Next story, since EA took a loss, let's talk about more losing. And a studio we know as Warner Brothers, or as the French would say, Warner Brothers. And a brother named Ray Fisher. And the way I have it titled, Ray Fisher Big Mad. And
Ray Fisher is big bad.
He's big mad, big bad, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm at a point of I'm with him. Like, I get it, I understand it now. If you don't know, the brother known as Ray Fisher, or AKA Victor Stone, AKA the black man known as Cyborg in the Justice League films, is having a hardcore rap beef with Warner Brothers, but more importantly with their president, is it Walter Hamada, and the situation that he brought out last year about the horrible treatment many were receiving on the set of Justice League when Joss Whedon took over for Zack Snyder, who, on a sad reasons, he lost his daughter, who passed away, and he had to step away from the movie. Warner Brothers was in, holy shit, we need to get this done so we can kind of fight the good folks at Disney and Marvel, and they brought in
Correct.
Joss Whedon as a clapback, and sadly, it was a fucking flop. Even though it did make money, it was not that great. So he goes on Twitter. He writes this huge press release, letting the world know that Joss Whedon was a jerk. I think John Berg was also a jerk, but the biggest jerk of them all is one respected comic book writer known as Jeff Johns, the man that really made the word rebirth a thing. He owned DC in the mid 2000s when he brought back Barry Allen in Flash Rebirth, and um changed, pretty much made the Flash cool again. Well, not say cool again, because Wally West was the shit, but made Barry Allen the Flash. Like, you needed him back. And he did a couple of other rebirth stories, I think with Green Lantern and the retooling of the Justice League. Him and Jim Lee, they got back, they pretty much drove in the New 52 and all the damn DC reboots that came after that. New 52, New 52.
We hear you like reboots, huh?
Yeah, New 52 Part 2, Electric Boogaloo. So it's just been one of those crazy situations where people are standing with him. I myself now in the fold, and it's one of those crazy, oh my goodness, he's really putting they shit out on the street. Like, it is crazy how things
Yeah,
how things
pretty
are evolving.
pretty much took it and, like you said, pulled it out there. Yeah.
He dropped a
Yeah.
major spoiler too, didn't he? On the Flash.
No, he dropped a huge. Did he drop a Matrix spoiler? Because I know he dropped a huge bomb on that Flash film,
Yeah, that's what. Yeah,
where he basically said,
our
"Oh,
role is huge.
my role is massive in the Flash, not a cameo, not I'm in the background. No, this was going to be what the Hulk was in. I think what the Hulk would have been was in Thor Ragnarok. You know, so."
I know they've tried to play it up as it was. No,
Mhm.
whoa, no, little cameo.
Wasn't bad, And you gotta say, WTF WB, when they just went, oh, okay, you want to be like that? No Cyborg for anybody. They wrote Cyborg out of the DC films. They were like, okay, you think you're powerful. Let us show you how powerful we are.
It's crazy because
They wrote him out.
even Snyder was like, "Whoa, man, no, he would if we got to do a second JL, he's there.
Right,
Like
he's there.
He's in here."
And it looks like Snyder still has, some power in at the table. He's still a
Yeah.
presence at the table. And you kick off Cyborg, that screws up the Snyder cut.
Yeah,
It's not a smart move.
yeah, it's very
Petty. Very much so. Very much so. And I never, y'all know how I feel, because we all went to see Justice League together and
Oh, yeah.
Batman v Superman. Y'all know how I feel about them DC films. It for me, Cyborg is the most interesting in that group, because Ezra Miller as Barry Allen, okay, you needed a jokester. You wanted kind of like the young Spider-Man-ish hero. Oh, stop. So that's fine. But for a character that I was actually interested in to see the story fleshed out more, would have been Cyborg.
I say Victor Stone's always had a cool story and everything, you know.
Right, and not just the whole say booyah shit. It's
Yeah.
actually a really good, you know, father son versus father, father versus son, Frankenstein and his monster story. They could have had a field day with it. And because cooler heads didn't prevail and folks higher up did not want to pretty much put a smackdown to the shit,
Mm-hmm.
now you have an actor just going in and saying, you know what? He Nino Browned it. He got up in court and just started snitching on everybody. Now, he didn't say names of the people who he was protecting, which, props to him.
Yeah.
But he called out Whedon, Berg, um, Hamada, and Jeff Johns. So that was like, damn, this is not good, you know. And Warner Brothers is already at up shit creek because Wonder Woman 84, congratulations for being a box office smash during a pandemic, but still, movie wasn't that great. You can check out my
Yeah.
review up here or over here, wherever it'll pop up. Um, there was some backlash to Wonder Woman, you know. So Warner Brothers with the DC franchise, they are really they need a hit. Like they need something.
They're going back to the cash cow.
Oh,
Batman.
Batman. Oh, and congratulations for that. Michael Keaton is the Batman, which was announced in December. He
What?
is Batman. And now folks are really thinking we're getting a Batman Beyond movie. We're gonna get a Terry, what was Terry's last name?
McGinnis.
Terry Guinness movie, and I'm like, I can live with that. I'd like it.
Pattinson movie doesn't look so bad either, though.
No, it doesn't. But you know what? I'm tired of him. I'm kind of bad. I'm kind of Dark Knight worn out. I'm fatigued with it. It's like, okay, yeah, we know.
We had a pretty good super serial, trilogy there with the Nolan films.
Yeah.
Then we had then we had Martha. Then we had, JL. I mean, maybe
Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad.
That's true. Yeah,
but it was very short, and I actually did like that cameo appearance because it just felt like, it just felt like, okay, Batman, Joker, pop,
and it made sense.
Right.
The Bat captured.
Yeah, he does what he does. He ain't killing them, but now I'm kind of like, oh, okay, well, Robert Pattinson's Batman, which may not be, because you never know the way things are going on with him in the production. That might change too. And for DC to come up and say, hey, Michael Keaton is the definitive Batman. Now, I think that's still somewhat rumor, but they're saying Warner Brothers is running with it, and that he's going to be the one to train the new heroes.
Like I said, if we get a Beyond with old Terry McGinnis and everything, and I'd be down.
I'd be happy to watch it. I would actually want to watch it.
Side note, though, man, the Keat dog, man, Michael Keaton there, the career just resurgence, man.
Man, look, I say like this: if Robert Downey Jr. can do it, Michael Keaton can do it.
Oh yeah,
Beetlejuice 2 as well.
Well, that was supposed to happen. That was on the slate for like 2014. That's how. Yeah, we're 7 years behind schedule. But also, what's old boy? It's at the tip of my tongue. Damn, Tim Burton. Lot of stuff happening on his end. There was like, oh, script's done, great, turn it in, and he's like, oh no, no, I don't think so. And it's on the back burner. It's still on, I think, Warner Brothers list of films to be done. So
things got crazy too in the 5 years that was 2020. So I mean,
true.
But
also Michael Keaton made another. Like, he did Birdman.
Yeah, that's.
Then he becomes another bird. He becomes an amazing vulture.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and people want him now. And now you make this big announcement. He's back in the suit, and you're like, okay, maybe I don't need Beetlejuice. I think I want to see him, you know, collar somebody and go, I'm Batman. You're older, but I'm Batman. So still the man, dressed as a bat. You know, so it's Warner Brothers is like EA. You have these great properties and you're squandering now. You know, but you stick just
lying.
to Batman. You know, you
Back
just
to
stick
the bat.
back to the bat. Like even Superman is not getting the love that, you know, Batman is usually getting. And it is kind of true. Superman is a hard character to portray to me. You know, you can go Christopher Reeves, True Justice in American Way, and have those feel goods with the John Williams score, or you can go into the
Tortured.
Zack Snyder, Jonathan Kent versus Tornado. I'm sad,
The
Martha.
conflicted alien.
Right. You know, I think you can do both if done right. And you get a good writer, like a good writer who can sit there and go, okay, I can pull pieces from here, pieces from here, pieces from here. Yes, he can be the Boy Scout, but he's also complex.
I would love to see a Brightburn version.
We already got it. It's called Brightburn.
An adult version though.
We don't need to see it. We already got an adult version. The dude ripped a woman up, you know, in the farm. We're good. I would love to see a sequel and see the Wonder Woman and the Aquaman doppelgangers, the badass, you know, the Injustice League of it.
Yeah, like the Injustice storyline is amazing.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, I would rather see it as an animation more than live action. Because you have a little more freedom. You can go balls to the wall with it.
And like I think we've said in the past, man, their animation studio on point.
Dude.
Like always with those videos, man.
Why didn't Patty Jenkins go and talk to the people who did the Wonder Woman animated movie from 2009? Like, I'm glad she got the $10 million kick. I'm glad. Like, I believe if you're a great director, you should be paid. But this Wonder Woman 84, that was, that was not good. Now the more and more I think about it, like I'm trying to hold and say, no, it had the spirit of the 70s show. No, the spirit of the 70s show was there when Linda Carter pop up. Spoiler. And that's it. You know, like, anyway, check out my review. You'll see what I mean. It's a middle of the road movie, and it didn't have to be. It really didn't have to be. You know, you get on the success of what you did with that first Wonder Woman film, and the so-called what I want to call them, the true comic book, you know, people. The way they say, oh, you're just jumping on Wonder Woman bandwagon because it's a woman and you're an SJW, and it's like, no, it was actually a good film. The third act was not good.
I just say first one, but it was, in which I think everyone's kind of agreed. Like everyone has agreed with this. Mm-hmm. Like you said, the third act, the end, big bad CG,
which she was forced by WB to have in there.
Which and apart from that, the whole flick.
Yeah. And I'll say this, and then we're gonna move on because I don't want to give WB no more time. The Wonder Woman that appeared in Batman v Superman is the Wonder Woman I wanted for every movie that had the Wonder Woman name on. You know, that I wanted the warrior badass. You know,
she really was a badass too.
She was a badass, and when Doomsday pimp slapped her.
Oh yeah,
and she slid. She was like, "Ooh, all right, bitch," and she she cracked that smile, that little corner smile. I was like, "Okay, Gal Gadot, I'll let you. You're Wonder Woman. You're cool."
You want me to bust out the guitar, do this?
No, that shit still irks me to this day. I don't care if you're a DC fanatic and you want to try and fight me, you're going to lose. That music for her was shit. I don't give a damn if you love it. I don't care how much Hans Zimmer, Junkie XL. That that for me, it did not fit her. But go ahead, live your little bubbled lives. That
I
little
was upset they spoiled it in the trailers.
yeah.
Why,
At least
why did they keep that?
well, you see, for me, I think they did it because of Civil War. Because you remember Civil War, before they had Spider-Man, the big reveal was Black Panther's in that bitch.
Yeah.
And everybody knows I'd have squeaked, I'd have been happy, I'd have screamed, I'd have been like, yes, there are more black people in Marvel. But when they got Spidey and that scene of him, on the ruse, boom. You can't say you didn't fanboy. You cannot, or fangirl. You cannot say you didn't lose it and then you saw the suit.
Oh yeah.
And the eyes. And yes, we know Deadpool, blah blah blah, but still, Deadpool got it from Spidey. The originator of dead moving eyes, big white, white eyes moving. And people say Batman did it. Well, fuck Batman. The fact that you saw that and you heard a teenager's voice and you went, oh my goodness, Marvel, wow, you hugged me. You had a kid attack. You love me. You understand my fanboy or fangirl girlishness of it. You understand what we've been wanting. You did it. For DC, I think they wanted to create the same thing with Wonder Woman, and you see what you get. You were like, man, they spoiled it. Why did they do that? And it also goes to show you that I don't care what people say, Batman v Superman was not a strong film. And it's sad because you have two archetypes of superherodom in comic books. And we get, do you bleed? Martha. Like, hey, and I know y'all were doing the Dark Knight Returns, which would have been dope as hell. But it just didn't mesh. Like, it did not mesh. And it was rushed. And there's a great interview with Zack Snyder talking about it. There's a great interview. Ben Affleck got on and said, you know what? Kevin Feige is the shit. And, so don't believe me, it's on the web. And yes, I know sometimes the web can be a lie, but Ben Affleck, he's a director, he's a producer, so he knows when people are doing it right, and he is good at calling it out. So that's my take on it. I'm hoping, because Ray Fisher did say in the interview if they called, he'd go back, but it'd have to be Zack Snyder. He made the joke, shit, if Zack would have came and say, hey, I'm doing the Dawn of the Dead 2, he'd be like, I'm in it, just put me in the background. So I hope there is some reconciliation, some understanding, some actual investigation, and some punishment for if anything is found to be, everything he's saying is true. An apology as well, a public apology to Ray Fisher, especially and he was like, I'm gonna do a polygraph. I'm like, shit, all the YouTubers were like, bitch, get on, let's go. I want to watch.
I just say, yeah.
The real rejects is like, put it on. We want to see this. So I would love, like, we need DC in the film genre. We need DC films. We need DC films, but we need good DC films. We need movies that actually show respect and admiration to the characters and to the fans, and can pull the casual. Just and people might say, I'm a Marvel stan. You're fucking right, because Marvel is doing it right. And they listen.
And DC has such iconic characters, man.
Yeah.
That's why you're right. They just needed do them justice, man.
Right. I can only watch the Batman the animated series for so long.
They
I could watch
started
that forever.
writing the ship with Wonder Woman,
Yeah.
and then just kind of like
They did pretty well.
Oh, here it is again. Let's
I-
go.
I thought Shazam was an enjoyable film.
Shazam was. I love Shazam.
Aquaman was a good film for the ladies to feast on the pecs of what's his name of Jason Momoa. You got Momoa pecs. You know, wasn't the best film, dude. It was basically Black Panther underwater.
Another movie with drama though.
Exactly. You see,
Amber Heard. Yeah.
yeah. Oh well, you know that. Oh well, you know.
Yeah, that's
What's up with Warner Brothers and all this drama?
Dude, look. Right now, Marvel has the Letitia Wright thing, and that's being swept under the rug, I guess, because they ain't even like, well, we're gonna get rid of her. No, Warner Brothers, everybody and their mama snitching on them. You know, like Jack Warner ain't shit, you ain't shit, you ain't shit. And I'm telling everybody, it's like, okay, dude. So, with that being said,
anyway.
I guess that was more of a rant than news, huh? Or a rumor mill.
I mean,
we gotta look. We went in.
The point got out, but then it, just like Warner Brothers, we went off the rails.
We went off the rails, you know, but at least people enjoy it. We won't get a certified rotten from Rotten Tomatoes. All right. So our last news story, since we were talking about DC, we're going to talk about Marvel, and one of the best, I got to say, this was hilarious to me. Rumor came, Deadline put a story out and basically said Chris Evans is coming back to the MCU. The world rejoiced. I was like, wait, what? I kind of figured, oh, that's just for what if. He probably didn't finish all his voice acting. He's going to go and do some ADR or some pickups, and, you know, so be it, you know. But that they start talking about, well, the contract is set to be, he's working out another 3 to 4 picture deal as Steve Rogers, Captain America. And I'm like, huh? Okay.
Yeah, it's like, what?
Yeah. So Marvelites, Marvel fans such as myself, I jumped on the Twitters. I was looking for the tweets, you know, to see how people were losing their minds, and many were. People were reposting. And then the man of the hour decided to respond. And man, what a great response it was. The fact, I'm sorry, wait, I'm just gonna get the story, because this dude, you know, he just posted a single tweet that said, "News to me." And it was with that tweet, every heart was crushed. Everyone who was standing proud with the Star-Spangled Shield,
America's ass, no.
You know, America's ass played us like an ass. And Deadline now is rumor. But I will say this. You can never say never when it comes to Marvel. And I think with Chris Evans, it's a never say never. I know he gave a beautiful goodbye after his last day of shooting on the pickups for Endgame. But I think somewhere down the line, I think Steve Rogers is going to make another comeback.
It's comics, man. You
Yeah,
know?
it's comics.
Never say never.
Never say it. You know. So, I mean, Robert Downey, he's going to have voiceover in What If. Everybody who was in Phase 3 is going to have voiceovers. But I think we're going to see Robert Downey and Ironheart. Not as, you know, fully flesh Tony.
Correct.
I think AI, like as an AI, maybe just his voice, like we had with Jarvis.
Because wasn't there, if I'm not mistaken, some rumors with the armor wars and everything too, possibly. You know,
Yeah,
not obviously not suiting up and all,
right,
but you know, in that same vein.
right. And he's dead.
Hmm
100%. Tony Stark is dead in the MCU, but like it's like they mentioned it in Spider-Man Far From Home with Edith. You know, even dead, I'm the hero.
hmm
So um he's got he is arrogant and narcissistic enough to have his own I mean,
I
he left a
mean,
video
let's
recording
be
from his
real.
family when he died. And like he said, it's not the end. So who's to say, that even with Chris Evans, and I wouldn't be mad, like, why you gotta come back? Come on home. Y'all say it's family. The door should always be open for when family members want to come back. The
I just need
money's
that.
right.
Well, you know, I just need that. Please, please do a good story with that, though.
Yeah.
If he, you know what I mean, like
Do it.
not just
A cash grab.
dogs.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind old man Cap.
Yeah,
I wouldn't mind seeing old decrepit Cap.
man, he's got his cane, got his shield. I mean,
Yeah, because I thought one of the coolest things was in the
vibrating
comics,
wheelchair.
well, was when Wanda was coming off the plane. They had just brought her back, and she didn't know, and she saw Steve, and Steve was an old man, and he had his cane, and she just went, "Steve, you're," and he's like, "Old," and she's like, "No, you look great." So, oh look, I have company. Hey, bud.
I see
So
the door opening.
hurry up. Come
Slowly.
on, man. Hurry up. Come say hello. Hurry up. Say hello.
Hello.
All
Hi.
right. How's it going? What you want? Because we're doing the show.
Can I do a show too?
We can do one thing. All righty. All right. Take care. Close the door.
Bye.
Later. So yeah, special guest appearance by
That's what I say.
my nephew. That's it. That's what he does. And I
The
knew it. I
future.
thought I fixed it though. I should have left it. But yeah, so hopefully if it does happen, everything is done well. It makes sense, and like you said, it's not a cash grab, but we all
Yeah.
know Disney about them dollars.
Um,
It's a cash grab. All right, and in more Marvel films news, MCU news. As you can see, the villain is here, and big rumor, Doctor Doom to make his debut in Black Panther 2, Wakandan Boogaloo. I think that's gonna be the tag to the title.
hey, you know, just
Yo, I was extremely excited when I saw it, and I know it's rumor. But that's dope as hell. If so,
Does that mean they're changing his origin story?
by how he becomes Doom?
Yeah, because doesn't he come at the same time as the Fantastic Four?
Mm-mm.
No.
Mm-mm. In the comics, no. He becomes Doom while basically in college. He was working on an experiment to bring his mother back because he was trying to use science and sorcery. And Reed saw the schematics and the equations and told Victor straight up, look, man, those equations don't add up. I think you're off by one.
don't think it's gonna fly, bro.
This ain't gonna work, bro. And Doom being Doom, his arrogance and his ego pretty much said, bitch, get out of my face. I know what I'm doing. I'm Victor Von Doom, Victor Von Doom. I'm the shit. And lo and behold, blew up in his face. And we get the metal face villain. So that
Middle fingers.
yes, to the beats. He hears it in the street, sometimes blare it in your Jeep, so you people can stay at the rhymes. Or he wears a mask just to cover the raw flesh, a rather ugly brother, but his flows are gorgeous. MF Doom, Dr. Doom. So I think they're just gonna say, look, Latveria was always there. Doom is the despot. He is the ruler. Bam, here we go. And then we'll probably get an origin story in the Fantastic Four movie. Um, if this does happen, it makes me more excited for Black Panther 2. But also, are we going to get Doom War? And if we do get this Doom War storyline, then who was Black Panther during that? It was not T'Challa.
It's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. Yeah,
exactly. So, and we also, once again, another rumor is Namor the Submariner is supposed to make his premiere in Black Panther 2 as well. Another part of the rumor mill. Yeah. Kevin Costner just jumps out the water. I am redeemed. So I'm super excited. This rumor has me excited. Now the question is, we already know Ryan Coogler is writing it.
Mm-hmm.
Who is Doom? Who is playing him? Who is taking the title?
That is the
Tom Hardy.
Yeah.
Man, look, let me tell you how much I'm a curse Marvel life. Keep his ass in that all slick of a movie known as Venom. Which actually looks promising, but once again, whatever. At least, hopefully we get another Eminem track.
How old is Doom gonna be though?
I'll be honest with you. That's a good question. But
there's still a ton of just
I mean,
things.
Are we gonna handle the Fantastic Four as an older group, or are we gonna go as a young 20 or 30 something group? Are they a little more mature? Are they 36, 37, 40 years old? Because, and I'm gonna make it quick, I had basically put on Facebook, I would love to see Aldous Hodge play Blue Marvel, Adam Brashear. Mm-hmm. And while many people like it, they were like, oh, he's too young. This should be Denzel. This should be Blair Underwood. This should be Dennis Haysbert. And I'm like, yeah, great choices. They're older. Marvel puts people in these long contracts, especially if it's a character they want to carry on.
Correct.
So you have to sit there and think, could Denzel do it? Or does he want to be locked in a 10-year contract? Or maybe even a 5-year contract, because the man is doing other things like
I was going to say he does. Yeah, I was going to say he does a lot.
Right. So with Doom, if you're going to have a much more older actor, you got to ask the question, are they going to be there for the long haul?
Mm-hmm.
And I personally think, like, even with John Krasinski is only maybe 37, 38, possibly 40, in his 40s. And I mean, Reed Richards had gray sideburns.
Yeah.
So he was a much older man than Sue Richards. Sue was probably 20 something. Reed was in his 40s. So he was robbing the cradle. And no disrespect to Sue Storm, because I don't think she was looking for a sugar daddy. She really did love Reed Richards, because his ass was broke most of the time. I mean, he made great inventions, but they weren't getting paid. They weren't making big bucks.
Let's be real, man. That power,
and I mean, she did get her groove on with Namor the Submariner, but who knows? So I just hope it's an actor, whether it's a big name talent or no name, or not so big name. They just make Dr. Doom Dr. Doom. Bring the arrogance.
He needs to make everyone powerless clods.
Dude, he has to make even the most powerful feel inadequate. I think that's what I loved about Dr. Doom. Like when he told Namor, so you went to so and so and so and so and so and so, and Namor was like, well, what's the big deal? And he just looked at him and he goes, Doom is no man's second choice. You just told one of the most powerful ass mutants, I'm not your bitch. I'm not your second choice. you're beneath me, quite frankly, and you're a damn fool because of that decision.
That's Doom, man.
That's what needs to
And we
show
need
on the
that,
screen.
yeah.
That's what needs to show. Like, and you know, I really would love, you know, if Chadwick was still alive, I would have loved to see that encounter. Especially if you
Yeah.
brought in Namor. Because now you have three kings.
Oh yeah.
And you have to see which king is going to outsmart, you know, and come up on top. So I think that would have been
Yeah.
played so well. And, you know, sadly, Chadwick is gone and they're not recasting. So you put, if they go and put Shuri, how is it going to work? I mean, and I'm just going to have some blind faith and say, look, I trust Ryan Coogler with the writing. I trust Marvel with the direction. You know,
It's all you can do right now, you
Yeah.
know. But and let's be real, it's all been working pretty well so far.
Yeah.
You know?
You know, it'd be a good Doom, but unfortunately, they can't use him again.
Who's that?
Josh Brolin.
Oh, yeah. Voice wise, oh yeah, he'd be a great Doom. I think also, but they used them as a Caecilius in Doctor Strange, Mads Mikkelsen.
Yeah.
Mads
Yeah.
Mikkelsen would be an amazing Doctor Doom.
I just say, yeah, you're right.
You know, but I mean, look, if Chris Evans could be the Human Torch and then Captain America,
And Lucas Lee.
yeah, you know,
Flame on.
Michael B. Jordan could be
That's true. He
Yeah.
was
Human Torch and then
mhm.
Killmonger. Hell yeah, make it happen. Come
That's
on
the
in.
same universe.
It's same user, and I mean, you're dead. You know, Caecilius is gone. He's one of the nameless ones now, so it doesn't matter. So yeah, I say go for it. I say go for it. But I trust Marvel, and I hope, you know, because there's so many that saying without Chadwick, without a Black Panther, without T'Challa, it's not gonna work. And I'm like, hey, dude, you know, you just got to sit there and trust them. If you're that mad, then don't go see it. I'm going to go see it because once you say Doctor Doom, and if Doctor Doom really is in Black Panther 2, money. Here we go. Let's go. Money is being thrown and getting them tickets. And y'all know me. I'm going to text y'all and be like, I pre-ordered.
I did it.
Bro, and it's supposed to come out like in July of next year. Let them even say, yeah, and we're going to start pre-ordering. I will be... Pre-order is not even available yet.
I'm gonna pre-order my pre-order.
I'm a pre-order the pre-order. Here's a pre-order for the pre-order.
I say exhibits busting out, bringing out the old dead memes, you know.
Oh,
hey
yeah.
dog, I heard you like pre-orders.
So yeah, I think that's gonna be a great introduction, you know, for him, and he'll already be there. So when the Fantastic Four come in, the Nemesis is there, and you can make Doom the Thanos of Phase 4, 5, and 6. You know, because Doom is that complex and that badass that he can be a global a universal threat. You know, you can't do that with Namor, but you can do it with Doom. So that's my take on it. I talk too much, but that's my take.
It's all right, man. It's
I'm
all
a Doom
right.
fan. I can't help it. I cannot help it. All right. Last but not least, this is the last story and the last thing we're going to talk about, and then we'll have one more little segment and bye-bye. I've seen WandaVision. David's seen WandaVision. Chris, you loser. You saw reviews and recaps.
I know of it.
Let's cue up the Price is Right failure among failure sound.
I did it with my voice, but I'm going to add it just for that. Just for that, I'm going to do it. So WandaVision has finally come out. Disney Plus has finally kept their promise. We can't be mad because the pandemic hit hard. But they started the new year. They ended the new year with The Mandalorian, it wasn't supposed to be like that because The Mandalorian was supposed to end the year. And then I can't remember the schedule, the way it was. But they ended 2020 with an amazing season of The Mandalorian. And they start 2021. Whew. Man, it felt good to see that Marvel
That's to
Studios
say, starting
fanfare.
2021, going into the
Oh, and the fact that it starts off, you get dum 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 dum, and you see all the heroes and they're turning black and white, and I'm like, whoa,
my 16:9 all of a sudden turned into that
to
4:3.
4:3. I was like, oh, and the stereo, the stereo audio went mono,
Uh-huh.
and it had all the noise pops and everything, and I was like, you won me, Marvel, you won me
Like, all right,
again.
here we go.
All right, you were the jilted lover. You walked away for a while. You left me. You went to get cigarettes and never came back, but this time you came back. So I in these 2 episodes, I think Marvel has a hit on their hands. I really think Marvel has a hit on their hands, and I'm glad this is the start of Phase 4.
Mm-hmm.
Because Falcon and Winter Soldier was supposed to be the start of Phase 4. Black Widow it's a Phase 4 film, and it was supposed to have little drops of Phase 4 of what's to come in Phase 4. But I am so glad they did this with WandaVision.
I'm liking so far, the kind of old school TV,
Yes.
some of the how do we put this, the campiness, the humor, everything
laugh
so
tracks,
far.
the
Yeah,
side
throwing in the
gags.
random laugh tracks and everything.
The editing, I think, is so awesome.
Editing's been.
Maybe you should have rings. Pause, ring, do it. Now cut here. The whole thing with the fish line and the flying. It was a great homage to the golden age of television. Even to the point where we didn't see a black person until that I'm making a joke, but it's kind of true.
I mean, you're not lying.
I will say at least what's my boy? What's the brother name? Oh man, I forgot his name because Vision screws up his name.
I'm blanking
With
too.
the gum in the
man.
works.
Oh man.
But that you have the 2 blacks, which is Geraldine and him. And I really, really enjoy Catherine Hahn as Agnes. Like she's Mrs. Kravitz. She is Ethel.
She's got that down pat. Like,
she's got it to a
like,
T. And I just sat there and I was just like, all right, damn you, Marvel.
Isn't the little girl from Miss Marvel supposed to be in it?
you did it
Well,
again.
she's a grown ass woman now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, she's there. She comes in episode 2, as Geraldine, which was such a black name. No, but she comes in as Geraldine, and there are so many Easter eggs. There's some really dope Easter eggs in it. Toastmate, from Stark Tech, from Stark Industries. And
also 2 things a man needs: his best gal
and a strucker. So Hydra has a watch, a beautiful timepiece. I'm telling you, if they make it, I'm buying it.
I mean,
I don't like watches.
Hell Hydra, dude. I'm getting it.
Yeah, I'm getting it, because that was a cool ass watch. But the Toastmate, the things it made, you can make open-ended cheese sandwiches. Meatloaf. And what was so cool, when they turn it on, it had repulsor tech in it. So when Tony charges up his repulsor, that sound effect, that's there. So I was losing my mind. I say, wait, what repulsor tech? And I had to rewind it and listen to it again. Now the red button, which I'm actually loving, that everything red shows as red in black, in the black and white environment, which constantly keeps pushing the fact that Scarlet Witch,
Correct.
red is her color, her magic is red, her hex magic. Also, the Easter egg of the hexagon transition or wipe that they used to end the show and also to begin the show, which is pretty damn cool because hex powers, this, that, and the other. Now watch they come and say that wasn't even an Easter egg, and I'll be like, screw you, Marvel, it was an Easter egg to me. You're telling us she has her hex powers. So that was pretty dope.
I have a question for you at the end.
Huh?
I have a question for you at the end.
Okay. Give me the question.
Oh, do you think she's going to be the segue to mutants?
I personally think she is. I think what I think is if Marvel does it, I'm just throwing it out. This is my thing, and please, if y'all have something, say it. I think mutants have always been in the MCU. They just needed the trigger to they just needed something to trigger the X gene. And I think the explosion of the mind gem might have done it. But then you have to start playing with the whole, well, that's just like Terrigenesis with the Inhumans. So you practically make the mutants inhuman. So I don't think that's going to be the case. I think Marvel's is going to say, look, the mutants have always been there. They just knew how to hide, and it wasn't the story we wanted to tell right now. I think that might be their little press release, you know. But they the Easter eggs were screaming mutant activity.
I just say it's just hard to say. I mean, look, we're only 2 episodes in, and apparently, things are supposed to
go left.
They're supposed to emerald us, man. They're supposed to bam us,
Yeah.
Kick it up a notch.
They Salt Bay.
Yeah.
The love, they're just like, oh, you want some emerald? Bam! And then they go, oh wait, here's a little more Salt Bay.
So we'll see where it goes with its entirety. But so far, 2 in,
yeah, and
it's a good time. Oh yeah,
they hit it. Like I'm. It was a great choice to make this a show and not a movie.
Exactly.
Because now you let it breathe, you let it grow, and you just
they can continue with the format, like the old TV, everything like they've been doing. On a big screen, it's a little
jarring, but it fits. But I have a strong feeling that's gonna change probably after episode 3, because reviewers got the first 3 episodes. Disney, you could have dropped the first 3 on Disney Plus. I mean, I seriously sat there waiting for the credits of the last episode for it to pop up and go, episode 3, watch. And it didn't.
I know.
I thought maybe it would have been. And there are no after credits things, but the credits, the end credits are dope as hell.
Yes.
Because they use television scan lines as to make the shapes of like Wanda's old school helmet, Vision's old school
correct
the butterflies, the just everything, the house. It's just so fun, and I hope it stays that way. But even if it goes wacky and wild and dark, it's still hopefully an enjoyable thing to watch, because now you're like, okay, keep giving me more.
Yeah, in that same vein, like you're saying, I mean, they've already had a few, very, very few, but a few flashes of something.
Yeah. Yeah, a little helicopter, like, wait, whoa.
What's going on?
What the hell is this beekeeper?
So
and I love that.
That
beekeeper scene and how she said no.
And just
and that right there told me this is some House of M shit. Because she just went, wait, no. And it just, I was like, okay.
So that's why, like
could
you
have said 2 more words to that.
That's why, like you said,
mutants.
dang, I wish number 3 would have already dropped.
Yeah, because I'm sitting there going,
Right at the end of that, I was like, wait a minute.
And from what I was reading, the episodes get longer.
That's what I heard. Apparently, first 2, maybe 3.
First 3, it's 30.
All are 30, and then after that, it kind of kicks it up.
Yeah, I think 42 minutes or 45 minutes per episode after that.
So
I would have thought it would have been cool to release the first 3 episodes like a little mini movie.
Correct. I mean, since they're all going to be, the half hour anyway, that's all right. Now, if they would have only done 1, I'd have been
okay. I can live with it, but I thank you for doing it, and I'm excited. And props to the folks who did the animation for episode 2's intro.
Yes.
Bewitched. We all know it, but damn. Marvel, if you're hearing me, Kevin Feige, if you're hearing me, Get that animation group, and I want a Fantastic Four 1960s kind of show, animated movie. Just for shits and giggles. It's not a part of the MCU. It doesn't have it. I just want
its
that animation own little thing
yeah.
with that style. Like you know what I'd really love to see? Marvel 60. Marvel in the 60s.
In that
I think
whole visual style like
exactly.
that.
And it's just animation, and you get classic Fantastic Four, classic Spider-Man, classic Incredible Hulk, classic X-Men, all in the 60s with that animation style. I think it would be dope as hell. That's just me. Marvel, if you're hiring, I need a job. I really do. I would love to see that. And I really hope, because what if the animation I was still a little hesitant about, but the more and more I look at it, the more I'm like, oh wow, this is pretty Scanner Darkly looking, I can live with that. So it's great. It's great. Chris, take your time, watch it.
Sorry, got a little excited, sir.
Yeah.
But,
there are Easter eggs a bunch, and it is very, very well done. Episode 3 drops on Friday. Every Friday is a new episode. Then they take a break, and then we get Falcon Winter Soldier, and then after that we get Loki, and then whatever else they have planned. So kudos to Marvel. Amazing premiere. Very excited. I'm fanboying. I'm looking for things. I'm like, ooh, is this gonna lead here? Is this gonna bring this? So but once again, shout out to freaking Catherine Hahn. Like she's the all-star in that show.
I know, man. Like, geez.
And what I love is like, what's her name? Dottie or Dolly? The devil's in the details. That ain't the only place he's in. And I just went, Mephisto. And I'm like, you're Agatha Harkness, you bitch. I love you. Let's make it crazy. And there's a pregnancy, and the way the pregnancy comes in is like, all right, But that also caters to the old classic sitcom. It fades to black, and then the next episode they're showing. So that's something, like with I Love Lucy, even though Lucille Ball was pregnant. I think Elizabeth Montgomery, when she got pregnant for Tabitha, they did the whole fake pregnancy, and it was like, this episode, Samantha and Darren were they're canoodling. 2 episodes later, her ass about to drop. She about to pop. So it's like disbelief.
Well, if you tell kids weren't canoodling all the time,
there'd be not many babies. Practice birth control. We're anti-coodling. So, yep. So that's it for our news. I highly recommend y'all check out WandaVision if you have Disney Plus. If you don't, find a way.
I mean, you know a friend.
You know a friend. You know a friend. Trust me, you know a friend. All right, so that wraps it all up. But before we go, ladies and gentlemen, Chris, David, I would like to know, what are you playing? What are you watching? Let's start off with Chris. And if you have, what are you reading? Chris?
Let's see. I just finished Cobra Kai.
Nice.
Fantastic series. Fantastic. Playing, just finished Cyberpunk. So now I'm just messing around with Game Pass, seeing what's out there.
Oh, okay. I like to call Cyberpunk 2077 Dildo Simulator 2077.
I got
dude, there's a club I walked into that had the lights with the fucking dick.
Yeah, Hey, at least that don't crash your system. It fucks you over, but it doesn't crash.
It plays great on the Series X.
Good. And what else? What else you had?
That's it. I'm not reading anything.
Okay. Suckers. David,
look,
what
man,
are you playing? What are you watching? What are you reading if you're reading?
Now that I'm part of the old PS5 sphere, I got the Demon Souls, man. The one true quote exclusive so far. Now, Miles Morales, I count that too, kind of, but you can still get that on the PS4 and all that. But anyway, I'm rolling into the old Demon Souls, even though I'm kind of familiar with it anyway from way back in the day. But that And then I'm still being a big freak and dork, going through Warcraft and everything and all that.
Going back to the classics.
Anyway, as far as watching, we already discussed that. I've been watching too much, but I made sure to actually be on point with the WandaVision and everything, get it going. And I've been, as far as the rest of that, nothing geeky, just tomorrow sports,
Right.
Man,
football,
Saints, throwing stuff,
foosball,
and then reading. I'm being a freaking heathen and not reading much of anything.
It's okay.
Yes, high five.
Oh man, well, all right. I'm gonna take that away from you. Is this Fahrenheit 451?
I didn't mean it.
Books. What are those? Those things at the library?
Yeah, burn them. Y'all, I swear, man, y'all have been perfect in the world of Fahrenheit 451.
Look,
where's Ray Bradbury?
It's not always this bad. Just right now, and just,
Yeah. Oh no, it's all good. Look, I just like to know, and I think people, great recommendations because you could introduce someone to something brand new.
Correct.
Now, as for me, I am back to Ghosts of Tsushima, or as I used to like to say, Tsushima, but it's Tsushima. I've been playing that on the PS5. Load times are fairly fast, but I noticed the load times on the PS4 were pretty fast as well. So been playing that. I just bought Among Us on the Switch, so I'll be jumping on that sometime soon. If you want to show me the ways of not being sus.
I was gonna say you're pretty sus, dog.
I can be sus. I can sus with the best. I'm like Wolverine. I'm the best at what I do, and what I do is sus. So if you're playing on the Switch, I don't know if it's cross-platform yet or whatever, but if you are, hey, in the comments, let me know who you are. Send me your friend codes. I want some friends on the Switch. So we can play together and find that murderous bastard. As for what I'm watching, WandaVision on top. I will say I do recommend, I'm going to recommend a couple of things right quick. Sweet Home on Netflix is amazing. I love it. I've finished it all 10 episodes. It's a K-horror, so it's a Korean horror. And man, look, South Korea is making some of the best horror content I have seen in a long time. So props to them. Check out Sweet Home. Also, I'm watching Transformers, War for Cybertron. Earthrise is out. Dude, Chris, get on it. Props to him, man, because this Earthrise, we got the Quintessons and Scorponok. And the episode with Scorponok is actually pretty damn good.
So Metroplex too?
No, not yet. No? We got Omega Supreme in the first the first one. Was it Siege? Yeah, in Siege. But and I love that they actually referred to him because they said and Omega, we haven't seen him since the fall of Crystal City. So it's like, oh, but they humanized Megatron in this one. They really do. Like I love the voice acting now. Like the voice acting really picked up. The storyline, I think, is a lot better. So check that out. 2 movies I want to highly recommend. They're not geek. A lot more social commentary. Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, which was Chadwick Boseman's last on film appearance on Netflix. Wonderful movie. Thumbs up. Check that out. As well as I watched it on Friday when it came out, One Night in Miami, which was directed by Regina King and written by Kemp Powers. I hope I'm saying his name right. I follow him on Twitter. Please don't hate me. He's the brother that helped polish Soul, Pixar Soul.
Yeah.
And I think this is a play that he wrote where it's Malcolm X, Muhammad Ali, Jim Brown, and Sam Cooke. They meet up after Ali shook up the world and made Sonny Liston stay in the corner and wins the championship. And it takes place in a hotel room. and it's a meeting of minds and ideologies, and the acting is fucking superb. So definitely check that out. And what I'm reading, I'm just gonna show you right quick. I just started this. It's called Invisible Men, the trailblazing black artists of comic books. It's a big it's a big hardback, dude. It's amazing. It's featuring shit I did not know. Like these are just some of the comics that were drawn by black male artists. The only black comic that I knew that existed back in the 40s was all Negro comics, and that gave birth to Jungle Man and a few other characters. But definitely, if you can find it at your local bookstore or comic book store, pick that bad boy up. And once again, I'll show it again. It's called Invisible Men, the trailblazing black artists of
that hardcover, man.
The hardcover.
That's what I say.
I'm a knock on it. So I'm reading that. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. Boy, we had fun, I hope. I hope everybody had fun. I think we brought in 2021 on a good note. Some fun news, some fun things. Like always, we really want you to like, share, comment, but make sure when you're watching this, hit that big red button. It'll only take a second, and turn your notifications on by clicking on the bell, because that will send a notification to let you know we dropped a new episode of Geek Table Talk. Also, you can follow me. I'm sorry, no hatred to my friends here, but I'm on Twitter and Instagram at Madness3030. At Madness. I was about to say at Madness. At Madness3030. And you could send your questions or comments to heyoant77@gmail.com. That's heyoant77@gmail.com. Why 77? Because that's my birth year, and that was a great year. Elvis died that year. Take it how you want it. Rest in peace, Elvis.
Anyway,
I'm not gonna call you the king of rock and roll. If you want to sponsor us, hey yoant77@gmail. Let's talk. Want to do some really fun things with this and carry on the fun and do more crazy shit. So until next time, ladies and gentlemen, you know the drill. Wash your hands, wash your feet, wash your ass, wear a mask. We're still in the panorama. We're still fucking around with a Panasonic. It is deadly. I don't care what people say. Take care of yourself and each other. I stole that from somebody famous, and I don't remember who it was. Maybe Jerry Springer, but I ain't paying them shit for it. I'm Anthony Sterling for David Welty and Chris McNabb. We'll see you next time on Geek Table Talk, and I'm bringing back an old one. Stay geeky. Later, gang. I'm gonna point here. Yeah, I'm gonna look at the camera. Bye, bye, bye.